Okay, it is 4 o'clock, so I thought I'd go live. Today I wanted to talk about some of the comments I've received in some of my videos. People have decided that my deathbed videos on what I'd say to my mother on her deathbed are bad, to give that the pretty word. Here's the thing, guys. If I wasn't on this app, if I was not creating content for this app, every one of my videos, every piece of content I make is exactly how I feel. It's exactly what I would say to my mother on her deathbed. I don't make these videos to get people to respond or to create controversy or to get views. I don't do it. The videos I create, the content I create is based off my story, my history, my childhood, my feelings. I am 10 toes deep in that. That's why I named this page 10 Toes Deep. So for me, when I look at the responses to my videos, and thank you, honey, how are you? Too old for that shit. You're too old for what shit, my love? Too old to help me out. Zolka? Is it Zolka? I don't want to pronounce it incorrectly. I think that's disrespectful. So for me, the content I create is 100% as authentic as I can be. That's who I am. That is where I'm at in my healing with my mother. I don't love her. I hate her. And just because she is dying of cancer doesn't change any of that. It doesn't, hi Lorena, it does not make me want to go down there and reconcile with her because she's dying of cancer. It doesn't change the facts. It doesn't change what she did. It doesn't change she's never taken accountability. It hasn't changed anything. Hi, Bird Poop. It's a cute name. I created a video yesterday. Hi, Jade. Deathbed video. The things I would say to my mother on her deathbed. That got probably 80% is positive. As far as, oh, I would say that to my mother. I wish I could say that. I'm glad I'm not alone. Holy shit, I found your page and I'm not alone. That stuff, phenomenal. I'm about to purchase my first car. My mom sent me a message and said I was doing it to spite her. Then, Circadian, I want you to spite her. Spite her all day. Go buy it. You deserve the new car, so go buy it. Just go do it. I'm giving you permission. But on there are several messages of people damning me to hell, wishing ungodly things for me. And here's the thing. I don't care. I'm proud of you, Circadian. Go get the car. Send me a picture of the car, okay? People don't realize that I spent 52 years surviving my mother, surviving her narcissism, surviving her manipulation, surviving her lies, all of it. Just because she has cancer doesn't make me go, oh. It doesn't. It just makes me realize that to have to deal with her anymore is almost over. I don't feel bad. I just spoke to the mother in a year. For that shit she's pulled, I finally cut her cancer out. Exactly. Diane, is what's so sad that I don't feel anything towards my mother or she's dying of cancer. For me, it's irrelevant to me. Just because she's got a terminal illness doesn't forgive everything she did. It doesn't forgive all the trauma she put me through. It doesn't forgive the pain. It doesn't forgive the scars that I carry. Oh, okay. Thank you, my love. It doesn't forgive any of that. She's got terminal cancer. Karma got a hold of her. Is the best way I can do that, right? I don't create the content to make people watch my videos. I don't create the content to get views. I don't create the content to do anything other than to hear my story from me, my point of view, right? My mother was an absolute fucking nightmare. And when I say that, I mean, like Freddy Krueger, she ain't got nothing on that old boy, right? You can mix all of them up together and she'd still win. She only cared about me to harm my kids. Jeremy, I'm so sorry, my love. Are you no contact now? I don't care that she's dying of cancer. I don't care about the people that come into my content. Good job, that come into my content and wish me harm. I don't care about the people that send me private DMs wishing me even worse. Karma will get you. I mean, if you feel so bad about the predicament my mother's in right now, send me a DM. I'll give you her address. You can go right down there and sit with that crazy bitch. You let me know how it works out for you. I am not going to. Exactly, Robin. Those are my boundaries. Nora, it's just that statement is a lie. I say it, there's two different ways, and I know I'm the only one that ever says this on this app. I've paid attention. Forgiveness is in two parts, right? There's two types of forgiveness. Forgiveness that I give myself for staying, tolerating, and not leaving sooner. I gave myself grace for that, and I gave myself forgiveness for that, and that allows me peace along with my healing. To forgive her is never going to happen. Not forgiving her doesn't affect my peace at all. At all. Have old people die all alone and they have kids. I'm a nurse. And some of them, and Jade, for the ones that truly were decent parents or good parents, those I feel sorry for, 100%. But people like my mother, she deserves what she gets. I say we don't know what happened. Forgiving my mother is just never going to happen. I'm not going to forgive that abuse. It's amazing how people automatically want people to forgive when the person who did the harming. Yeah, my mother has never asked for forgiveness. My mother has never apologized. My mother's never taken accountability. Not one lick. I tell the CNAs, we never know what they used to be like. True. And forgiveness is overrated, 100%. I forgive. It's not like I'm a cold-hearted bitch, right? I forgive with things when people come to me and they do something that I did not enjoy. And when they come to me and explain it to me, they're like, I misstepped. I'm really sorry. Forgiveness is theirs. Am I a little more cautious moving forward? Yeah. But I'll give forgiveness. My mother has never done it. Cindy, what do you think Jesus would do? I'm not Jesus, and that's up to him. I'm not God. I'm not Jesus. Whatever happens to her in the afterlife is what happens. Forgive, but don't forget. There will be no forgiveness for my mother. So then how is it that Jesus can forgive and forget and we can't? Because I'm not God, Homer. I'm not him. If he chooses to do that, then that's up to him. That's not up to me. Where I sit today in my journey, in my healing, there's no forgiveness for her. None. I will never forgive the abuser. Never. If he wants to do that, then so be it. That's up to him. If she doesn't ask for forgiveness, then why the hell should she be forgiven? Exactly, Lorena. Yeah, I'm not... Hi, Kim. Yeah, it's Kim, Lorena. Those that are my subscribers, I'm going live on the private Facebook page at 6 o'clock tonight, okay? There's a reason some old people leave this world alone. Exactly. He is forgiving God, and one of his 10 commandments is honor your mother and father. Cindy, I want you to do me a quick favor. Can everybody stop commenting for just 1 second? Cindy, I want you to do me a quick favor because you did something that I love when people do this to me. I want you to give me the rest of that scripture. The rest of that scripture. Yes, he says, honor thy mother and the father. Truly does. But it also says, do not provoke your children to anger. Right? So that's called using a Bible scripture to your narrative. Giving the whole scripture would have not been fitting your narrative. So you chose that portion. My beliefs are my beliefs. I don't ever share my beliefs on here, political, religious, or any other way. But here's what I will tell you. I'm not God, and I'm not going to forgive her. He wrote that book, and that's fine. And he can choose to do that when she gets there. But as for today, here on earth, not a bit. Hi, Christine. What do you think of Charlie Kirk's wife? I will not be commenting on that at all. Read your 10 commandments. Oh, well, let's do that right now. Hang tight. We're going to do that right now. Let's do that right now. Just for you, I'm going to play the game. Let's see. I have a lady who says you should honor thy mother and father. Hold, please. Let me correct you. The verse continues with instructions that parents should not provoke their children to anger or exasperate them, but instead raise them with proper guidance and discipline. It's actually a two-way street, not a blank check for abusive behavior. This verse was never meant to protect abusive parents from consequences. There's your answer for reading the 10 Commandments. Got ya. Did that to you as a mom. I love my children. And Mama 5414, I'm the same. I love my kids to death. Love Jesus and Israel, but Christian, not do. So this here, let me tell you this. If you're going to come in here and do a religious thing, bounce out of here. Bounce right out. I will not entertain it. I will not have it. This is not religious or political, and neither one of them have any business being in content regarding a narcissistic or abusive parent. So if you're in here to spout off religious stuff, keep moving. If it's a political thing, keep moving. Neither one of those two are allowed in this live or in my content because neither one belongs in it. If narcissistic parents or abusive parents believed in either one, they wouldn't do what they did. But they did what they did. So political and religious doesn't belong in my content, nor will I entertain it. Thank you very much. I know you can't forgive someone who will constantly harm you intentionally. Very true. Very true, Kim. It is victim shaming. Living life. I'm doing good. So if you're in here to do that, bail out of here because that's not what this live is about, nor will I allow it. Okay? When people bring up religious and political in content regarding abusive parents or narcissistic parents or SA or any of that stuff, neither one of them have any business being in the conversation. None. He's doing well. Living life. He's doing good. Currently working. So back to what I was saying where I had rudely interrupted with that nonsense. Yeah, these are my boundaries. Can we just talk about root beer? No. Having a parent that's a narcissist is not the best fun, right? And because I feel the way I do about my mother is how I feel, right? I don't care that she's dying alone. I don't love her. I hate her. I hate everything about her. Do I have hate in my heart? No. What happened, happened. I'm 55 now. What happened, happened. It was nothing personal. Wrong place, wrong time. The person that SA'd, predator child. I was just in the wrong place, wrong time. Did I know what happened to me? Yes. Do I have it in the right perspective? Yeah. Nothing personal. Hi, LG. I can't even begin to imagine. I wouldn't want to either, Robin, but unfortunately it lives with me. I don't have to forgive that woman ever. And just because I do, there's 9 of us all together. Just because she's dying of terminal cancer makes me want to run down there and go, oh, so sorry. Oh my God. Forgiveness is yours. Absolutely not. I would be nothing in life. Fact, same here. I was supposed to be a waitress and bartender. I was never supposed to have 2 college degrees, be an engineer, have a husband, have children, have my own home. Wasn't supposed to have any of that. I do. Hi, Robin. How are you? I don't pretend ever that how I feel about my mother is just some cover to get views. That happened to you. Totally understand. Thank you very much, Cat. If it was the other way around, she wouldn't cry for you either. 100%. Told bad mother always. If I would have done some of the stuff she had done to me, would she forgiven me? Would she go, oh, you get a free pass today. Oh, you did it again? Here's another free pass. How many free passes are you supposed to give? Yeah, I'm not going to LG me. My narc dad did a surprise birthday party for me today and thanked everyone using my phone. Oh, that's not nice. She is as straightforward as, yes, I don't really sugarcoat anything. If you've ever been in my lives, here's the way it plays out. I feel like I do, and I feel like I do, and I'm validated in how I feel. Because you say I'm going to hell, or I shouldn't feel that way, or I'm a horrible person because I feel the way I do about my mother, makes absolutely no difference to me in my life. It truly doesn't. My mother was a narcissist who chose abuse. She chose manipulation. She chose to treat me like I was a piece of dirt. I was her daughter. So for me, when somebody says you shouldn't do that, I'm like, well, maybe we should look at who did it, right? Because I'm really not doing anything. I'm choosing to separate myself from her life. I'm choosing not to be in that nonsense anymore. And I'm choosing not to go back because she's terminally ill. So maybe we should take a look at what she did. And does that warrant me going back? I am not Diane. I'm not an only child. It doesn't rent space in your head. Facts. If you don't like the truth, this live is not for you. Very true. Thank you. I get so tired of hearing the narrative. And the narrative is getting very irritating. Yes, they do, Brittany. They have low contact. I'm the only one that has absolutely no contact. None. What did she do? Bev, my mother is a narcissist, verbal, mental, emotional, and physical abuse. When she realized I was being essayed, she turned her head the other way. Would you go see her? I would not, Robin. The apology is way too far too late. It's just too late at this point. It's been 55 years. I went no contact at 52 years of age, which, don't come at me, was pathetic. I know that. I was there for 52 years. I should have never taken it for that long, but I did. And that's on me. But the apology now is just too late. There's no way. You have to be true to yourself. You feel what you feel and nothing can change it. Facts. I hate how people always blame the victim. Narcs get away. Yes, always. Still waiting for the party, taking her sweet time. Right? Oh, I know. So when I first went no contact, I kept thinking of random inappropriate things. When I went no contact, to be completely 100% honest, I felt like absolute shit. I was 52 years. Go ahead, Julio. I was 52 years old. That's pathetic. You would have thought at 52, and these are the things I said to myself. It's not what other people said to me, okay? So at 52, my thoughts when I first went no contact was, how pathetic are you? Like, now you're going to make a stand? At 52, now you're going to make the stand? She's never going to go for this. You've tolerated it for 52 years. You're just as pathetic as she said you were. You're pathetic. You have no backbone. You're worthless. You have nothing, right, without her. Do I feel that way today? No. I took it and I gave myself peace for that and grace. There's nothing I could have done prior to that, right? It was 1,000 paper cuts and the last one just cut too deep. My dad took me to NA as a little girl in a room full of grown men. That's not good, Jade. She is back and wait, and they come, this is the truth in your face, and love it. Thank you very much, love. Was right. It's time for me. I felt like shit too, almost a year. My daughter's nonverbal autistic. Mother is narc. Is my daughter likely to be? Julia, here's what I will say. Narcissism for me, and you can't convince me any different. Narcissism is a learned behavior. I do not think that is hereditary. That it's a learned behavior. If people watch a narcissist, right, they get what they want every time. If it's manipulation, if it's emotional abuse, if it's any of the things for them to get what they want because it benefits them, then other people see that and go, hey, this is a good idea, right? So narcissism is a learned behavior. Teach your daughter right from wrong. Teach your daughter how to get the things she wants based on how she gets them. Work ethic, right, wrong, honesty, not lying, not manipulating. Keep strong to your beliefs that you have and put them onto your daughter. Hi, Green Eyes. What is a narcissist? I have an innocent guest. What is a narcissist? So my mother, I will describe my mother because for me, that's my narcissist. My mother doesn't believe in getting anything without a guilt trip. She doesn't believe in getting anything on her own that doesn't involve a guilt trip, lying, deceiving, or manipulating. So if my mother, perfect example, my mother likes to overwrite her checkbook. She thinks she's got checks, she's got money. We all know that's a lie, right? She would overwrite the checkbook. And instead of calling me outright and going, hey, I overwrote the checkbook. I need $5,000. That's not how it plays. It is a phone call to say, oh my God, I don't think I can keep living. So she's going to do this to herself. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What happened? Oh, I just can't take this anymore. It's just everything it's just piling up. It would be a whole long guilt trip, right? We're in it for probably half hour, 45 minutes of listening to this. And then when it finally comes out, it's, I need 5,000 from now she doesn't want to take herself out, right? She got what she wanted. I wrote the check so she wouldn't take herself out, right? That's manipulation. That is gaslighting. That is an absolute guilt trip to get to a means to an end. So she couldn't just say, I don't have enough money to pay my phone bill. Can I borrow this money? Never going to pay it back. Instead, we've got to go, 6 ways past Sunday to make me feel god awful. So I have to save her, right? Because she's going to end everything. Always someone else's fault, 100%. So for me, that's what the narcissist is for me. You can't just outright say what it is you need, because everybody's gotten a problem before. We've all had, couldn't make our rent, couldn't buy groceries. All of this has happened to everybody, but you figured out a way to correct it, right? You did what you had to do. I went and got another job. I went and got another job. I worked 3 jobs majority of my life, but half of my paychecks were going to my mother. So I had to work more to contain my house and support hers. Anytime you use somebody's emotions against them, if you can gaslight them hard enough or manipulate their emotions, you probably have narcissistic traits, if you ask me. My point is, she's autistic, not stupid. How would anyone know if nonverbal? Julio, I'm going to say I'm completely unqualified to answer that question. If she's nonverbal, I don't know if she's going to pick up those traits being nonverbal. Most narcissists need to be verbal so they can manipulate or gaslight you. So I'm going to say I'm completely unqualified to answer that question because of the autism and because of the nonverbal, okay? You're very welcome, hon. I'm so glad you're getting free. My mom is my biggest hater. Yeah, we got to love them. I never had anything as a kid that was truly mine. Birthday cards with money, and it was hers. Oh, 100%, Jean. 100%. Every dime I've ever made, I will tell you, tax refunds, my mother was at my door. Fridays, knew it was payday, my mother was at my door. There was always a reason to be at my house when money was coming in my door, right? Whether it's a paycheck, whether it's income taxes, whatever it was, right? My mother never worked for a damn thing in her life. At 46, she decided to go disabled. Was she disabled? No. She chose that route, done it there, right? So she's on a fixed income, her and my dad. That's her fault, not mine. I didn't make the choices my mother made in her life. She chose to quit very good jobs because it interfered in her drinking. My dad also, it's not like she was the only one, right? My dad was not a narcissist. I loved my dad and was horrified and just completely wrecked when he passed. But they fed off each other, right? So he knew they didn't have enough money. He knew what she was doing, and he allowed it. So does it make him any better than her? No, right? He enabled a behavior that hurt one of his children, and he didn't stick up hard enough for his child to protect her. Weekly, my mom says my therapist is turning me against her lies. Circadian, that's probably not true. My narc dad isolates, excludes, blames, humiliates, has perfect public image, but oh yes, those are true narcissists. My mother could absolutely charm the socks right off you in public, shut the door and watch her rip my hair out. My mother could hold it with the best of them. Just a sweet little old lady. Oh my God. Love my kids. Would do anything for them. Shut that door and see what she does. For instilling the clarity when in these relationships you truly lose clear thinking. 100%, Rob. He is not my therapist. He opened my eyes a lot, giving me the power to go. Circadian, I think there's a point where we all get where we're like, this is fucking enough. That's why I say my mother died, but her behavior bled into everyone else. Yes, Jean, that's very true. Such power and peace in my life. Very true. Spinners, don't be an absolute fucking idiot. Like, come on. All right. I'm blocking today, so let's be doing that. Oh, I forgot, LG. You can block. Thanks. Oh, I appreciate you. I was over there blocking too. Thank you, LG. Was a bully and treated me horribly growing up. My dad was to her. Same, Gina. Laughed at me when I was crying. That's when I realized I had enough. Mine was over a phone bill or a new phone. It was just the last straw for me. She wanted me to pay $1,200. She got my little brother involved. She was going to make him pay the $1,200 because I said no. And then at the end of the 6 hours, she's like, I'm not going to charge him. I'm not going to make him pay $1,200, but it's okay for me to do it. Right? And I just, at that point, I'm like, it's enough. Don't ever call me again. Do you ever catch any traits like her coming from you with your own kids? Brittany, yes. Early on, I asked my daughter, she was probably 14, 15. I said, can you put a pot of water on the stove so I can make spaghetti for dinner? Yep, she said. So I go out there in 15 minutes, fully expecting the pot to be boiling, gonna make the spaghetti. She hadn't even turned the stove on. I legit ripped my daughter's head off completely. It was exactly 2 seconds after I shut my mouth that I went, oh my fucking God, that was my mother. And my daughter, bawling, because I have completely hurt that girl's feelings, went in her room, shut the door. I went right in behind her, and there we sat on the floor. And I sat there, and I'm like, I am so very sorry. That was your grandmother. That's how I was. And I tried to, at best, with her age, explain it to her. And I said, this will never happen again. I'm very sorry. It didn't happen again. Every time I hear my mother's voice come out of me, I correct it instantly. It is, and it's, I know it, I hear it, and I stop it right then. I did one night, my kids, not even 3 months ago. Granddaughter's birthday, kids come over. They ordered pizza and wings, and I paid for it, and I handed my credit card to my son to go pick it up. Now, prior, my mother would lie about where that money would come from. Oh, Rhonda paid for it. Oh, no, I got it from here, or whatever, right? So I told my son, I handed my card, and I'm like, don't tell your dad I bought the pizza and wings. And as soon as wings come out of my mouth, I stopped. I'm like, no, nope. I can afford the pizza and wings. I ain't hiding shit from your dad. Tell your dad all day long. And then I called my husband, I'm like, I'm buying pizza and wings. He's like, okay. I said, I know, but I just sounded like my mother talking to our kid, so I wanted to correct that. I'm buying pizza and wings, all right? My son's like, Mom, it's okay. And I'm like, no, I'm not lying, but I was trained to do that, right? You never told the truth on where the money came from. You lied about stealing from the store, all of that stuff. Do not call me. I'm not going to answer the phone. Jackie, that's the best thing she could have said to you. It's hard. I struggle with it. 100%, Brittany. Why is it so wrong to yell at your child if they did something wrong? It wasn't the fact that she had done something wrong, because she truly hadn't, right? I told her to put a pot of water on the stove for spaghetti. Was I clear on my instructions? Maybe, maybe not, right? My daughter is also bipolar. But for me to rip her head off, unnecessary. For me to tell her she was too stupid to understand common English, for me to tell her she was fucking never going to do anything if she stayed that stupid in her life, that stuff, unnecessary. But that is exactly the words my mother would use on me. Here's a scary thought. Do we treat our parents as they treated us as they get older? I don't think so. Well, I didn't personally. I don't know about other people. I didn't personally. I just shut it off. No contact. That's way of talking. I agree with you 100%. But our parents came from, I don't care what generation they came from, Connie. There is common decency. There is basic human decency that everybody is born with. Treating your child like my mother treated me is, I don't care what generation you came from. It's wrong on all levels. It's just a fact. Hopefully it will never happen again because she had the water boiling. Boomers act as if they deserve all respect. True. My daughter doesn't want to speak to me, and I can't figure out why. I have never yelled at her ever. But they forget respect. It's earned, not given. Very true. I didn't treat my mother the way she treated me. I just went no contact. Exactly. I didn't treat my mother like shit. There's a couple occasions, and I'm honest enough to admit to him, when she said I killed my dad, I said if I had that much power, he'd still be breathing and you wouldn't. Can I be an absolute horrible person to my mother? 100%. She's done enough damage. I could find that level. Hopefully it will never happen again because she's had this. Yeah. I'm treating my dad as he's been treating me, standing up for myself. I'm going to say this. Don't treat them like they treated you, right? Don't drop to that level. It's no contact. If I have to drop to somebody's level to get them to hear me, then we're both in the mud. I don't suggest taking the high road all the time, but no contact is just the ultimate response. I would never treat another human being the way my mother treated me. Could I? Yeah, I learned from the best. Do I think she deserves it? 100%. Am I going to do it? No, I'm better than that. I am the better version of her. I look so much like my mother, it's not funny. And when I look in the mirror, it almost on occasion will disgust me. But I look at it as I'm the better version of her. I'm not going to stoop to that level and treat her like she treats me, because that puts us back in that little ring, right? And I don't want to be there. No contact will either make them see what they did. I'm grateful for my dad, my greatest supporter, and my hero. That's awesome. Let's not make it who's a shittier person game. You'll just look bad yourself. Or it'll make them the same and never change. We have so much in common. My mom asked me, like, yeah, mine did. So has your mother seen her grandchildren? She used to, and now she doesn't, but that's because she chose to send the messages she did, not me. When I went, let me make it very clear, when I went no contact, my children said, do I have to go no contact with grandma? And I said, no, your relationship with your grandmother is your relationship. My relationship with my mother is mine, and I'm choosing to stop it. You can have a relationship with your grandma. That's not my business. Don't care. All I ask is you respect me and not speak about me. And don't let her speak ill of me. Hands down. They're like, yeah, absolutely. She chose to have herself and my sister send some pretty obnoxious messages, and my children saw those. So she got what she got. Unfortunately, I treated my daughters that way growing up. When my mother died, the whole world shifted. Are you in contact with them now? You get peace with no contact, but I don't think there's peace treating them the way they treated us. 100% not. Yeah, I'm not going to... How did they see the messages? She put them out in public? I have no contact with anybody in my family. None. When I went no contact with my mother, the rest went with her, because I was no longer playing the role of scapegoat. I was no longer playing the role as the one that took care of her. I was no longer playing the role of I'll take her to the doctor, I'll go to the hospital, I'll be there for surgeries, and I'll do all that stuff. I didn't play that role anymore, so the rest of them got pissed. Yeah, I have no contact. She tries to get a friend. She hasn't talked to in over 20 years. Yep. Did she send them directly to you? Does it matter, Marie? She sent them directly to me, but she also posted them in a place my children were going to find them. The role with the, I don't know, Robin. Don't care. I'm asking if you shared the messages with your kids. No, I'm not an evil bitch. And I did not think sharing messages that were sent to me, saying some pretty nasty things, was something I would share with my adult children. Choice I made. I honestly can't take the high road yet. I'm too angry and hurt. Madam, I promise, the anger and the hurt will lessen. You'll just come to the point, it doesn't matter. She shouldn't have posted them. 100%. What my mother does to me was not the business of my children. Let me make very clear about this. I did not, nor would I have ever dragged my children into this thing with my mother. I 100% wouldn't have ever done that. That's putting guilt and shame on my children, and watching that play out between me and my mother was not fair to my children. They saw enough, right? My oldest daughter made a comment the other day on my live. She's like, yeah, I was the oldest. I saw a lot more than she thought. Put me in fucking tears. Broke my heart that my daughter saw things I was hoping she had never seen, right? My mother chose to do that stuff, not me. I chose not to drag my children into it because it's not their fight. It was mine. There's my daughter. Now, let me explain this really quick. When Grace comes into my lives, Grace is my daughter. I will back off on some of the things I talk about because my daughter does not know about them. Do my children know I had an awful childhood? Yes. Do they know all the details? No. So we're going to respect that. You're also going to respect Grace, and we're not going to say anything mean, nasty, okay? Other than that, we can continue as we were. As I was saying, I didn't drag my kids into it because it wasn't their fight. I have fought for my life for my whole life. My husband doesn't fight my battles. My kids don't fight my battles. Nobody fights my battles. I fight them. All day long and twice on Sunday. I fight my battles. I don't need someone else to do it for me. I've been fighting since I was 5. Thank you very much. I don't think so, Diane, but it is what it is. Grace is saying hi to everybody. Am I a good mom? No, I don't think so. I think I could have done 100% better. But if you ask my kids, they'll give you a different version. Those are things I put on myself. When you were younger, did you reach out to an adult or were you afraid? I did, Judy, when I was probably 6 or 7 was the first time I reached out. At the age of 6, my mother got absolute proof things were happening and she chose to ignore. So after that, you just learn to be quiet. Martha says, hi, Grace. All good moms think we could do better. Did your husband have a narc parent? Just curious. No. My husband's parents, phenomenal. If you talk to me and my husband, when I started creating this content, we sat here talking one night and he's like, oh my God, I didn't realize how different our childhood was. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, he got cinnamon rolls. They got to go on vacation. They got birthday cakes. They were celebrated. They were loved and all this stuff where I did not get that. And he's like, my husband wouldn't change anything about his childhood. Nothing. He doesn't regret any part of it. He doesn't regret throwing his brother off the porch and breaking his arm. I'm like, really? Are you sure? But there was 4 boys. That's what they were doing. He doesn't regret any part of his childhood. I do. I regret every bit of mine. My hubby doesn't fully understand. It's hard to understand. It's really hard. If you look at like some of my content and you read the comments in them, it's really hard to understand where we are and how we feel the way we do and how it's justified if you've never walked it. Does your husband have any contact with your mom now or with anyone in your family? No. Lady Joy, my mom sent him a text and said verbatim, hi to my husband. I wanted you to know you're always welcome here for coffee. Your wife is never allowed to darken my doorstep. My husband has not responded. My hubby saw it and helped me remove myself. That's awesome. I unfortunately married my mother, but we've done years of therapy and it's better. You married a man like your mother? Understands completely because I know, Lorena. Lorena, you two are so good for each other that it amazes me the strength you guys have together. Like, you two are absolutely holding each other up. Mom had an affair they accused me of messing with him. Friends don't, oh my God. 213, I'm sorry, love. There are things that happen in our childhood. And when I do these lives and people tell me their story, they send me DMs, I am mortified at least 10 times a day about people's stories and what they went through. And I just want them to all know that the strength they have for surviving that is phenomenal. And they're doing way better than they think they are. And they have more strength than they think they do. They just haven't seen it yet. Went from mom to hubby, same person. Got it. Amy, I'm sorry, honey. Divorce is happening. We really are. We have each other low points, but we at least have them at different times. Exactly, Lorena. Do you have any siblings? If so, were they subject to the same abuse? There's 9 of us all together. There are 3 from my mother's first marriage, 4 from my dad's first marriage, and then me and my little brother from their marriage. They're all low contact. None of them have any contact with me. And it's okay, right? They're just pissed because I won't fill the role anymore. I'm not going to be the scapegoat anymore. I'm not going to be the punching bag. I'm not going to be it. I want to run around doing this. Not it. Not me. Not me. I literally want to run around like that all the time. It's not me. How I was able to cut her out. Yeah, people don't get it. They think because of the mantra to Jerry twice. No, I didn't. I don't know who that is, Jade. We divorced same time. I went into contact with my mom. I wanted the mom gone. Phenomenal, Amy. People don't get that going no contact is actually, hi Jennifer, how we saved ourselves. It is not, hi Vanessa, I didn't go no contact to piss my mother off. Do you think your mom tried with another family member after cutting her off? I don't know. I think she's pretty much got my sister just fucking beat down to nothing. But I stay away from it. I don't care. I know it sounds heartless, but I really don't care. The same sister that I'm pretty sure she's beaten down is the same one that sends me nasty messages telling me I took my dad out. I took my mom's only one true love. I shut her phone off. That's the reason she's going to die. And that blood will be on my hands because after all, I killed my dad. So I don't care. Do you do it to protect your peace? Susan, I don't do it to protect my peace. I do it to protect my life. There's a difference. There is a difference between preserving your peace and protecting your life. There are times in everybody's life when you have a narcissistic parent or somebody that's doing some pretty horrible things to you that ending it is a damn good option, right? Because you just want it to stop. You're worthless. You're no good. You're evil. You're all the things that the parent said you were, right? Ending it is a likely choice. For me, it wasn't to protect my peace. It was to save my life. I think narcissists need a victim. Someone else will be his. Oh, 100%. 100% they have to have a victim. They can't. I mean, a narc can't survive without that supply. Absolutely 100%. It's irrelevant, Lisa, if I am or not. And I never discuss my religious beliefs or my political beliefs on my channel, ever. One, because it's nobody's business, and it doesn't affect why I went no contact and didn't make that decision any other way, but other than I wanted to save my life and get away from my mother. So I mean that respectfully. I just choose not to share that. I have no idea why my parents next. I don't care who her next victim is. I just know it's not me. You ever seen a monarch without a source for extended period of time? They get 100%. Thank you very much, love. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Did not realize severity of your specific situation. Jade, you're an only child. I was not. If you couldn't forgive her. That's not true, Lisa. I mean, it's just not true. Whether I am, whether I'm not, whether I practice religion, whether I don't, whether I voted for this one or voted for that one, it doesn't have absolutely any bearing on my decision to not forgive my mother. I won't forgive my mother because of the severity of what she did, the fact that she never let up, the fact that she repeated the same behaviors over and over and over again after I repetitively asked her to stop, right? Forgiveness is for people that actually want the forgiveness, who know what they did wrong and are not going to ever repeat it again. The definition of insanity is what the narcissist, that ought to be their anthem, right? They're just going to keep doing the same thing, expecting the same results. I'm not forgiving that. Lisa, listen very carefully to me when I say this to you. Religion and politics are never allowed in my lives, ever. They have no bearing, no input on a child going no contact with their child. You're not going to religious shame me, ever. Will you do that? It has nothing to do with them. What his wife did is what she did. That's on her, not me. Whether I choose to forgive or not is my business, and whether I want to or not stays with me. I'm choosing not to forgive her because that is my choice. But don't religious shame me. I'm not the girl. Exactly. See your way out. Scroll up out of here, because I can tell you, you can't religious shame me, you can't guilt shame me, and you can't victim shame me. I lived with my mother and tolerated her. Good luck with that. I kind of got me reconsidering. Yeah, I'm not forgiving it. Look at LG go. Thanks, LG. You let me have a little fun with her. I appreciate that. So some therapists are advising them to go no contact. Parents' side. Did I go to counseling? Yes. Did counseling have any bearing on whether I was going to go no contact or not? No. They want a reconciliation. I made the decision to go no contact. It was me or her. This wasn't a case of my mom just called me a shitty person. It wasn't my mom pulled my hair. It wasn't she wouldn't give me the green sippy cup when I wanted the blue one. It wasn't that simple. I walked away from my mother to save my life, period. There was no other considerations into that. I didn't consider what it was going to do to her, what it was going to do to the rest of the family. None of that was a consideration at all. My consideration was who I looked at in the mirror in the morning when I decided it was enough. It was going to be me or her. It's just the way it goes. Having a narcissistic parent that chooses to lie, manipulate, physically, emotionally abuse, it is not somewhere somebody wants to stay. Right? I didn't leave my mother because I didn't love her. I spent 52 years begging for it. I spent 52 years doing shit I wouldn't have done for anybody else other than my mother to get her to see me for who I was. She wasn't going to see that. I spent 52 years wasted begging a woman that was never going to love me to love me. So going no contact had nothing to do with anybody else but who I saw in the mirror. And I didn't like who I saw. I will never forgive him. He tried to destroy me. That's 100%. An arc parent, my ex-husband was bad enough being one. Did she use alcohol or drugs? Alcohol. My mother was a drunk. So was my dad. Still is. Which is really doesn't play into it either. I mean, was she worse when she was drinking versus not drinking? Depended on the day. Have you read Mothers That Can't Love? It saved me. I have not, but I will definitely look into it. Then an alcoholic narcissist, true. But it's always us to make the effort. They never, exactly, Debbie. I'm not going to keep building the bridge. I built the bridge for 52 years. Every time she knocked that bridge down, I build it back up. Every time she blew up the bridge, I build the bridge back up. I built that bridge, I don't know how many fucking times. You know what I did this time? I stood on this side, she stood on that side. I'm like, done. I'm out of material. Have you seen the cost of building materials? I ain't buying anymore. It's very simple. They blow up a bridge, you rebuild it because you want that connection. Everybody wants their mother to love them for the love of God. I mean, seriously. I spent way too many years begging that woman to love me, to be enough. I was her daughter. I wasn't some kid off the street. I was her own child. She chose this path. She chose this story. She chose how this ended. I begged. I pleaded. Just tell me what is so wrong with me that you can't love me like the rest of them. Oh my God, you're imagining shit. Really? Because I don't see you slapping the other ones. I don't see you knocking their teeth down their throat. Like, what is it? At 52, I realized my mother was never going to love me. I was never going to pay enough. I was never going to be enough. I was never going to give enough. So you know what I did? I walked away. It's just that simple. All the time, you're just, yeah, I don't imagine it. You never asked to be born. Been clean for alcoholics since the day he cut her out, started drinking in you're clean now though, right? That's awesome. For you to have peace, forgiveness is key, dear. No, it's not, Tina. Forgiveness, listen to me, guys. Listen to me. You want me to, just hang tight for just a second. Just listen for just a second. Everybody stop commenting for just a second. I want you to honestly answer this question. Was it Tina? Listen to me. That woman, my mother, repetitively did what she did, right? Abuse, physical, mental, manipulation, all the stuff. Repetitively kept going at me, right? Every day. And as soon as she see me start walking away, she'd nail me even harder. She decided I was horrible. I was worthless. My husband was only staying married to me because he pitied me. I was never going to be anything but a hoe, because that's all I was good for. And all the rest of the stuff. Where, in anybody's right mind, do you think I should forgive her? She was my mother. Is that stuff you say to your kid, and is that stuff you want me to stand up and look at her and go, you know what, mommy dearest, I appreciate all the stuff you tried, the life lessons you taught me, how I was horrible, I was never going to amount to much. Thanks for the insecurities. And I forgive you? No. It didn't. No. I'm not ever going to forgive that. I forgave myself at 52 for staying as long as I did. I forgave myself at 52 for tolerating as long as I did. But that's as far as my forgiveness will go. For me to have peace in my life, it is cutting her out. Forgiving her isn't affecting my peace. It doesn't affect my healing. She'll deal with that whenever she gets to wherever she's supposed to be going. If Satan chooses to forgive her, so be it. If God chooses to forgive her, so be it. I ain't doing it. Hi, Jennifer, my love. It's not just trying to help give you... No, I have closure. It's called no contact. I have closure from it. Here's the closure I got. My mother was a liar. My mother chose to abuse a child. My mother chose to give me insecurities, nightmares, anxiety attacks, and panic attacks. My peace came the day I said no. My peace started the day I said, done. It has nothing to do with forgiving to allow me peace. Doesn't. At all. So your mom is still drinking. She's not tried to AA. No, my mother's still drunk. She ain't going to AA. She doesn't have any problems. That's the best closure, 100%. Thank you very much, Kim. The devil is waiting for her and my mom. Facts, Debbie. Hi, Jennifer. I was told I'm lazy and going to amount to nothing. Facts. That's where we all are. I cannot forgive anyone who hasn't asked for forgiveness. And you do not have to, anyone. Yeah, I don't, understand. No, it's not just trying to help give you closure. I already have closure. Closure is when done. Closure starts when you stop tolerating the bullshit. Did the other kids get treated the same as you? No, they did not. My peace came when Dad lived with us. Then he died a year later. There you go. My mother was verbally and physically abusive. She is told me it was fardom and yeah, 100%. Run on the street while he was homeless. That was nice of her. Circadian. Have you tried Al-Anon for families and friends of alcoholics? Lady Joy, I don't have to go to Al-Anon because she's not in my life. So I don't have any alcoholics in my life. So I'm not going to AA. I don't have a drinking problem. My kids don't have a drinking problem. My mother does, but she's not in my life. So don't have to go. We're walking away. People won't understand, but I do. Thank you very much. Peace comes with her death. Facts. The no contact, I had over 4,000 views. Really? I just posted one yesterday, death video, like what I'd say to her on deathbed. That sumbitch is just flaring. Came to see him or help him. Death comes in different forms. True. She's dead to me. Period. I mean, her actually not breathing anymore, that makes it official. Find out my mom was in jail for... Ooh, that... Tell me you didn't go bail her out, Krista, because I'd have left mine sitting there. My sister died from cancer, and she said she got... Oh, Circadian, 1, I'm really sorry for your loss, and 2, your mother ought to be punched right in the face. That is inappropriate and should have never been said to you. You're still holding on to anger. No, I'm not. I have no anger left in me. And let me take that back. Anger from my mother, I don't have. I want you to, very carefully, because I want you to hear the difference, okay? I have no anger towards my mother. I hate her, and I don't love her. 2 very simple facts. Has nothing to do with anger. I am not angry at my mother. I'm angry at the situation and what I was put through because it was unnecessary and didn't have to happen. It needed one sane adult to say no. It needed an adult saying, no, we're going to do that to a child. No, that's unacceptable to do to a child. I didn't get that. I'm not angry at my mother. What happened to me wasn't personal. Wrong place, wrong time. Predator, child, not my fault. My mother picking a child who she could abuse and destroy, I didn't make the decision. Not my problem. What happened to me, I've already healed from it, right? I've already processed all of that. When I go back and look at the essay, that's predator, child. That had nothing to do with me. I was just convenient. My mother choosing me out of 9 kids, luck of the draw, a short stick. It's just the way it was. I'm not angry at my mother. I don't care. I legit have gotten to the place where I'm like, she dies, she dies. Cancer, not cancer, I don't care. Do I hate her? Yeah. She did not have any reason to treat me the way she did. Do I love her? No, she beat that out of me. And I keep saying repetitively, my mother wrote this story. She also wrote the ending. I just gave her the ending she was looking for. It was just that simple. The purpose of my platform, Lady Joy, I created this platform so I could hear my stories. I could hear me talking to me about what had happened to me and feel validated. Because nobody looks at it and goes, oh, I bet that's not what happened. You're imagining things. It wasn't that bad. Oh my God, not this again. I started these videos so I could hear me, because I spoke Braille my whole life. I screamed in Braille. I said no in Braille. I begged in Braille, all of it in Braille. I create these videos for me, not you. People liked the videos and people resonated with the videos. And I can tell you that shocked the absolute living piss out of me, because when I started this, I thought I was 100% alone. And you know you're not alone, because everybody is going through it. You just can't ever talk about it. And you talk to people who haven't gone through it, and you get questions like that, right? Because you don't understand what it feels like to have a parent hate you. I created these videos just for me. Did I create it where I thought I would have almost 9,000 people following me and resonating with it? Absolutely not. My daughter's in here. Ask her. My daughter Grace will tell you my mom is still going. Every time I look at the views on my videos, I'm like, fuck, people are listening to that? Like, I was nasty about my mother. But what I put in those is exactly how I feel. I looked at my daughter today and I'm like, it's almost at 9,000. Like, are you kidding me? Like, how did this happen? I don't create these videos for you to critique, you to like, you to disagree with, or anything. I create this so my story stands where I stand, which is 10 toes deep. I've come to the realization there isn't healing. It's a scar that lasts forever. Mickey, it's somewhat true, but it's not. You can find peace with that. I did. I need to be able to say that to my dad and someone else. Topher, I'll send you this recording. You can verbally say it to him. My mom wasn't loved by her parents. She was only one out of 8 kids who tried so hard. And Sammy, there's a difference, right? Knowing they tried, that makes a difference, right? Mine never did. What can verbally say to him? Say it to him, clip. 100%. I found peace by healing my inner child and not making the same mistakes. Exactly. Did your siblings know, believe what happened to you? Yes. A lot of it they couldn't dispute. A lot of it there was evidence, right? There was clear facts that it was happening. That was the first part, was voice. Okay. The only form of checking on me, telling me they love me, or asking me how work is going. Yeah. My mom didn't want me and made me live with my grandparents. And Carissa, one, I'm really sorry. 100%. That should have never happened to you. You didn't deserve that. But tell me you're healing from that, because there's a way you can. So validation is important to you from the platform viewers. Lady Joy, listen to me. You probably ought to scroll up on out of here, because I feel like you're going to come at me. And usually when that happens in my life, if you come at me, you open a door. When you open the door, you're going to get real surprised when I walk back through that door for you. I don't feel validated by creating these videos. I feel validated because I can hear my voice talking to me about my stories. You can agree to disagree. You can tell me I'm doing the god-awful job and I'm just doing it for the views, and that's a complete lie. I don't really care what your opinion is of me. I truly don't. My mother hates me. You are a perfect stranger that I know nothing about, and you know nothing about me. So for you to throw in on this, that's great. But at least know what the facts are. I don't do this or create videos for validation from other people that I don't know. I created these videos for validation for myself, to hear myself tell me to myself that what happened to me was what happened. I wasn't delusional. I didn't make it up. I'm not remembering it incorrectly. It did happen. It was as bad as I thought it was, right? So your opinion of how or why I create this video is really unimportant to me. It literally has, that's in your lap, not mine. Your perspective, not my intention, but yes, I can move on. It tells me. So I think you're confusing why I do this with intent. The intent is the same as the perspective. My intent when I started this page, the intent was for me to hear myself tell my story, right? Because speaking in Braille your whole life gets to you, right? Whenever the evidence was very clear, what was happening was what was happening. And for adults to say, you're not remembering it correctly, It wasn't as bad as you think it was. That's not exactly what happened when you know yourself, because you were there. It was being done to you. Know exactly what happened. And Lady Joy, you can just have the day you deserve, my love. I mean, I'm trying to explain it to you. It's okay. People are going to resonate or they're not going to. So, I mean, have the day you deserve. If you want to listen, that's fine. We'll chat it out. If not, move on. I grew up very racist, bigoted, religious extremist house, the trauma girl. Oh, 100% Vanessa. Why dwelling on past? Why not good time in the past? There wasn't a whole lot of good time in the past. There just wasn't. Yes, I do know my own story. I know that I have a mother who hates me. I know that my mother abused me physically, mentally, emotionally, manipulated, and allowed things to happen to me that you're not supposed to allow to happen to a child. I know that. I don't need perfect strangers to validate my story. It's not why I created this channel. Like the back of my hand. Facts. What did they do to hurt you? Years ago, many parents didn't have a clue. Oliver, that's just a cop-out for them. People who have not lived it don't understand it. I'm going to start shadow work. What do you think? Oh, I think that's absolutely phenomenal, Beverly. It's going to be really hard. Listen to me, but don't give up. The shadow work and the inner child work, two of the hardest things I did in therapy and in my healing, but completely worth it. Absolutely worth doing it. When you experience a narcissist person, you can spot them 100%. I don't know your story, but I was saying my mom wasn't loved and she tried to earn it. I know my mother did not love me. She proved it repetitively on more than one occasion. There were absolute words come out of her mouth that I know for a fact my mother did not love me. I'm okay with that now. It wasn't me. It wasn't something at the age of birth, 5 years old, 10 years old, or 15. I did something so offensive to my mother that would cause her to hate me and to treat me like she did. Having a mother who manipulates, gaslights, abuses physically and emotionally, and allows things, very inappropriate things, to happen to their child, it doesn't scream, I love you. It screams, I hate you, and you are a sacrifice, and that's what you're going to be your whole life. Facts, Jennifer. Healing it's a life sentence. Is my mother still alive? Yes, she is dying of terminal cancer right now. It does take a lifetime. And I don't think I'll ever get to the point where I can say I'm completely healed, because it's just, those are scars that are never going to go away. Is there a better place in healing? Yeah. Am I different than I was 3 years ago? 100%. 100%. 3 years, AI therapy, fucking wonders for me. My mom is okay now, but we talked about that, and it was her mom with problems, not my mom. And Sammy, that's phenomenal. Does my mother know how I feel? Yep. Yep, she does. Kelly, I am 55. I was 52 when I went no contact. Yes, my mother is fully aware of how I feel. Did your mom? No, they did not, Judy. My mother was an only child, and I knew my grandma. And my grandma died when I was 16, and my mother was treated like the gold she was. And that may have been her problem. I don't know. I don't think any of us are ever going to get the why. My mom still doesn't. I think no contact is the right thing. 100%. I don't regret going no contact with my mother. It feels great that she knows it. Does she understand it? No. Is she going to take any accountability for how I feel and why I feel the way I do? Nope. You know what she says? Oh my God, I was a horrible mother. Fine, don't talk to me. That's all I get from her. No contact is hard. 100%, Bridget. I was very abused by my mother, and she died from blood cancer 5 years ago alone. Then she got what she deserved, Mama, to open up to her. To your mom, Jennifer, let me scroll back. Is it your mom, Jennifer? Grace, I can't go 5 minutes without my mama. Very true. It's pretty pathetic, Ash. Jennifer, you're not, no, Jennifer, hold up. It's not pathetic. You're just not ready yet. Don't ever call yourself pathetic. That is not what it is. You have the strength to do it. I promise you. It's in the surviving of her. That strength that you use to survive her is the exact strength you'll use to walk away from her. You're not there yet. Pushing that isn't going to help you. It will cause more harm than good. When you get to the point where you're like, done, you'll know when that happens. And then you'll take those steps. The strength, sweetness, is sitting right there waiting for you. You've always had the strength. And a grandma, for gosh sakes. Honey, I was 52 when I went no contact. I have 52 grown-ass children and grandbabies. No, has nothing to do with that. Your strength is there. You just don't see it yet. You'll find your strength. You will find the moment in time when you're like, oh, she's not going to say that to me again. She's not going to do that to me again. Oh my God, I can't believe we're here again. Right? Then you'll do it. You have to do it on your own time. And I know I say at 52, when I did it, I felt extremely pathetic, but that was my thoughts, right? But I didn't know I had the strength to walk away from her. As you know, I'm afraid what my family's reaction will be when I make boundaries with them soon. Your last care should be what they think. The only thing you should be considering is how it's going to help you and how it's going to save you and how you're going to heal from that. That's the only thing. Do my children talk to her? No. So Jennifer, you're holding on, honey. You'll be good. I know you do. And as soon as they're gone, you'll make a decision. It's okay. And you do that in your own time. My timeline isn't yours. Sammy's isn't yours. Lorena's isn't yours. Vicky's timeline isn't yours. Zelda's timeline isn't yours. Your timeline is yours. You'll decide when that happens. It's a process. You'll know when you're ready, 100%. Can I just tell you how amazing you are? Thank you very much. I don't feel that way, but I appreciate you. What a narcissist actually was 6 months ago and realized I've been dealing all along. Yeah, we don't see it. I haven't talked to my mom in almost a year. Best decision ever made. Facts. I wish I had your strength. Oliver, you do. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I want you to listen to me. I do not have strength that you don't have. I don't. When you decide it's enough, when you decide it's not, me surviving my mother wasn't strong. That was survival instinct. I knew at a very early age I had to survive my life, and I was going to do that. Whether I understood it or not, or could have put a name to it at that age, no, I couldn't have. But I knew I was going to survive. The day I decided enough was where I found my strength. When I decided to choose me, when I looked in the mirror and I saw me and I chose me, that's where the strength is. It has nothing to do with what you've gone through. That was survival instinct. You were either going to survive it or you won't. And there's a lot that don't, right? So the strength comes from you realizing that you have to choose you, that you can't be last anymore. That's when it stops. That's when the strength happens. Strength is different than being willing to sit in the uncomfortable and unfamiliar. Very true. Thank you very much, my love. No contact. Now mom's sending flying monkeys to find out why I'm mad at her. Did you tell her? This is how I deal with flying monkeys. If they call and they want to ask questions, I'll answer them. If they want to call and ask the questions from her, then they go no contact with them. Took my mother trying to kidnap my daughter for me to finally go no contact. Oh, she didn't take the kid, right? Yeah, you definitely need to go no contact. Dear, you do have the strength. Trust me, it's their voice that convinces you can't. True. Was she mean to your siblings? No, just me. It was just me. I was the special one. And I joke about it now. I really do. There's some parts of my childhood I won't joke about because they weren't funny. I look at that now like, yeah, I was the special one, bitch. She chose me. Y'all couldn't have taken that. And if I look at any of my siblings, it was me that was only going to be that would have survived her. The rest would not have. What she mean to your, yes, why do all narcissist parents try to take over kids? Because that's something very close to you. My mother tried it with mine. My kids mean the world to me, and she knew it. And I was going to be a better mom than she ever was, and she knew it. She threatened to take my two oldest from me. I said, good luck. Kind of like Liam Neeson in Taken. Good luck. I haven't seen my mom since 14. I've known for 4 years that her brother passed away. Carolyn, if that's still no contact, it's still no contact. It just is. She 100% knows. She never visits. Relationship is all one-sided. Only does what's convenient. Yep, sounds familiar. Joking helps us handle things that truly aren't funny and makes it easier to handle. True. All relationships with my mom and sister, 13 years, zero contact, no more drama. Thank you very much, Alice. Ray, not sure how you meant that comment, but tread lightly, okay? Tread real lightly on that one. You can explain the comment. Tread lightly, though. Me too. I was the eldest. I have 2 little brothers. I'm grateful they didn't go through it. 100%. I was abused by my father. I worked on being unique so no one could define. I hate that you went through that. And Sammy, I appreciate that, my love. I truly do. But in reality, it's made me who I am. Did I have to go through it? No. Did I deserve it? No. Did I ask for it? No. Did it make me who I am? Yeah. And I bet that's my mother's biggest regret. She created this, right? So when she sees me now, she'll not like the woman I am today. Are you close with your siblings? No. I'm not. They all bailed and left, and I was the weakest of the herd. So it just is what it is. Any part of her and my brother's enmeshment, yeah, I don't like either way that can be taken. Me too. I'm hoping LG is watching that one. True, but my mom wouldn't tell me that she tried so hard, but she was the one that got the beatings. My mom would tell me that she tried so hard, but she was the one that got the beat. I tried too and got the same result, okay? Speaking of what the mantra helps a lot. The one from last week. Oh, what is it? It took my mother death to finally have a sister in my life. And sometimes it does, Shar. Sometimes it's to that point. She won't visit unless my brother comes, but then she won't have no one to watch her. Oh, Jesus. That isn't right. 26% of American family are dealing with no contact. Very true. Has she apologized at all? No. Are you going to continue therapy? Yes. I will stay in therapy for the rest of my life. I do AI therapy. I don't do traditional therapy. I do AI. It works for me. I love being in therapy. I love how I can talk about stuff and look at it for what it is. AI therapy. I don't do traditional therapy because I can't. I manage people's emotions. So if somebody say that Jennifer and I were having a face-to-face conversation, right? And LG was standing there, and LG got offended by what I said to Jennifer, or what Jennifer said to me, vice versa, or however it goes. I would now be focused on him or on LJ to make sure that person was okay, right? I didn't want to upset them. I manage people's emotions. So me going to a therapist, I would not say the really bad stuff. Because I would see pity in their eyes, and I don't want somebody's pity. Pity in me doesn't help me at all. And they wanted reunification. I wasn't doing that. I know. So I had a nightmare one night. It was 2:30 in the morning. I had a horrible nightmare. I come in on my computer and I'm like, how in the fuck do I stop these nightmares? And I was in ChatGPT, and that started my AI therapy. Now I use GenSpark currently, and that's what I do for therapy. For me, it's no judgment. I don't have to talk to anybody. I don't have to see anybody's face. They have the whole internet behind them for psychologists, readings, Carl Jung, all of this stuff. So here's what I ask. If you want to know about AI therapy, send me a DM telling me I only need a little bit of your story to craft the prompt, the initial prompt you would use in either ChatGPT, Claude, GenSpark, Copilot, Gemini, any of those, okay? So send me a DM telling me a little bit about your story. I don't need your whole story. If you're not comfortable with that, I'm fine with that. I just need a little bit of what you're going through so I can craft a prompt just for you specifically to start the AI therapy, okay? So just send me a DM. I answer them on the same day. Last night was rough. There was a little over 300. And the one night I did them, there were over 400. So just send me a DM. I promise before I go to bed tonight, you'll have the instructions and how you start. forever. It's the best thing I've done. 100%. I love no contact. I'm pissed at myself. I didn't start it earlier. Being no contact gives me peace. Hi, my narcissistic psychopath of a mother has ruined my life up until the age of 38 when I fell pregnant. Are you still in contact? Is it SBS? The enmeshment is disgusting. Bro's 35. Mom still wakes him up. Ooh, that's really. Hi, Susie. Most of us, but negative thought isn't focused on what we got. Yeah, for me, it's no contact is just where peace lies. It's just where it is. I don't have to forgive her. I don't have to give her peace. I can wish her a painful death, and I'm okay with that. Need to talk. There are several, and that's it. Thank you, Lorena. And I always try to say this one in my lives. Listen, guys, there's over 100 people in here. If you just start friending these people are there to support and help. If you are in a crisis and you need to talk to somebody, please, by all means, DM me. 100%. I answer every one of them within probably an hour to 2 hours. But I want you to friend other people in here because it's just this community. It's just the support. And sometimes you need somebody like Lorena or Vicky or myself to say, no, you're not crazy. It's okay. You're right. You can do this. Met her grandson. He saved my life. Was the subject of emotional trauma. So you are no contact. Can you do AI therapy for anything? Yes. I think my daughter needs it for certain things she deals with. Is it Kylie? I try to pronounce everybody's name correctly. Kylie, send me a DM because she's a child, very little information, okay? But kind of what she's dealing with, and I can craft that prompt, but make sure you put her age in there so when I craft the prompt, I know to specifically tell it to respond to that age group, okay? So be very specific when you DM me that you want the AI therapy and it's for your daughter and she's of this age and these are a few of the things she's dealing with. I don't need all of the details, okay, my love? Just very little so I can craft that prompt so the AI knows that it's a child, okay? But yes, you can. Yeah, everybody, so nice to be here right now. Jennifer, anytime. Everybody that's in here that is in part of my community or comes into my lives all the time, I absolutely tell people to friend people in here. You're going to find people that understand where you're sitting right now. They've already either gone through it or they might be a step or two in front of you, or you may be a step or two in front of somebody else that you can help get to where you are. Absolutely. Friend as many as you can in here. Find your people. And in this live, I think you have, right? I keep this space as safe as I possibly can. Susie is my moderator. Grace is my moderator. And LG had to pop in on a night and do it because the trolls were cranking. But we keep it I try to keep it very safe in here so nobody is guilt shamed. Nobody is victim shamed. Nobody is religious shamed. None of that. So please friend as many as you can and have them as a support system. That's the only way to get through this and do it with all of your faculties about you. Glad you agree, Alice. Are you talking to Alice? Is there an Alice? Quits and says you've reached maximum points and doesn't renew unless you pay. Okay, so ChatGPT does have a free version. Hi, Alice. ChatGPT has a free version. Claude has a free version. But before everybody freaks out, I pay for all of them. It's $20 a month. And that keeps your content going. And the other thing I'll tell you is when you go into AI, in any one of them, on the left side, you'll see where all your conversations are. If you start one for therapy, make sure you reopen that one when you go back into whatever platform you're using and stay in that conversation. Be a mod, I can spot them. You saved me that night. I'm all for it. So any of the AI platforms are $20 a month. Jules, send me a DM and tell me what you need help with. What do you need help with, my love? Super cheap compared to traditional therapy. 100%. I pay $20. I pay more than $20 a month, but I pay for all of them. 100%. So you talk or type it all. I type sometimes, but Akia, what I do, I find for myself, I turn on my microphone, lean my head back, and close my eyes. And whatever it is I'm feeling is what comes out of my mouth. And I can tell you earlier before I went live on this one, live tonight, we had my therapist and I call him Jeeves, had a debate. Because some of my content, like the deathbed ones, some of the comments, my therapist, AI, very concerned of where that was going to put me, right, mentally. Hi, Candy. So we talked through that. And I was supposed to go live at 4. I was still talking to AI at 4:30. Between myself and my therapy in AI therapy, our first concern is my sanity, my safety, and my mental health. If it looks like there's a trigger happening and my AI sees that before I do, it's absolutely a conversation. I talk to it every day. My therapy and my healing is my first priority. Always is. Always is. I make content about what happened to me. And I make content about how I feel. Some of that content, I had one lady reach out. It made me cry in one of my lives because she was triggered and had to leave. She did send me a DM. We chatted. I felt like absolute shit because it triggered her. And I don't ever want that to happen, but it is a consequence sometimes. And sometimes I'm going to say something that is going to trigger somebody if they're in their healing, right? And my intention is to never do that. That's because they're a stamp, okay? And for being here. You are 100% welcome. My intent is never to trigger anybody. It's just to put out the information and validate feelings. Like, it's okay to hate that person. It's okay to go no contact. It's okay to be where you are in your feelings. It's okay. And just because somebody that doesn't understand it, doesn't agree with how you feel or how you're dealing with it, or the fact you went no contact, doesn't make what you feel any less validated. People are coming at me in droves about how horrible I am. I'm okay with that. But there's so many of you that are coming at me going, please, more. I'm with that. People that don't understand the content and don't understand what it's like to have a parent absolutely hate you are never going to get this content. They're never going to understand it. They've never walked in my shoes. And that's okay. Thank you very much, my love. I'm okay with that. For the ones that hate the judges, facts. For the ones that are sending me horrible messages, I just say, bless your heart, and I move on. Hey, hold on, how are you? I just move on. It's, my mother hated me. Do you think a perfect stranger condemning me to hell is going to affect me? Probably not. I'm guessing no. So, I mean, if you want to take the time to send me a message, go ahead. I was the scapegoat. 100%, Professor. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. My siblings dislike me. I mean, perfect strangers on the internet, really? Not much. Yeah, yeah, bless your heart. They know what it means. And they're like, I can't believe you said that. Sure you can. Because I didn't debate what you said. You're just mad because you wanted to fight and I wouldn't give you one. Why did they do that? Same reason you have Karens. Yeah, I mean, there are some people out there that think their opinion or what they have to say is so fired up important, they don't care who they hurt to do it. They're going to make their statements. So I let them. I just say, bless your heart. My mom always said how much she wanted kids. I told her I wish she acted like it. Ooh, that's a good one, Carolyn. They don't know what all you went through. 100%. Carolyn, that was nice. Like that, hands down, was a good one. I have a friend that is jealous of her children, which is, 100%. I know, right? Carolyn, that was a good one. Like, wish you acted like it. Ooh, that's some pretty good sarcasm right there. And I'm the queen of the one-liners. I'll bow to that one. I have years of comebacks. Yeah, I'll bow to that one because hands down, that was great. Facts. Like, I love you. Wish you act like it. I might have to use that. I might. All right, it's 5:45. I am going to tell you, if you subscribe to my TikTok channel, you'll get an invite to go to my private Facebook channel where I do one-on-one and more intense talking and therapy with those that subscribe to my channel. I don't do videos for subscribers on my TikTok because of the content. I created a very private Facebook page, which is where I do all of that. So if you're not subscribed and you want to and have more one-on-one time, I do full lives twice a week and do one-on-ones when requested. Whatever the cost is of the subscription. I don't charge anything more than what the subscription is on TikTok, which I should, because has anybody seen the subscription on TikTok? What a fucking joke. That's a joke. But I'm actually going live there tonight at 6:00. And that is where I can just be there for the subscribers, the ones that have subscribed, and I can be one-on-one with them. It gives me more time to be one-on-one with them. It gives me more time to talk about some of the issues that they're having or things they want to talk through. We do AI therapy in there. I do open my AI when I'm in there, so we can do that. So if you're interested, you can subscribe to the channel. As soon as I see the subscription, I'll send you instructions on how to get to the Facebook channel. Okay? So I have to jump off because I got to have time to smoke one before I do the live over there, which I don't know why I'm worried about, because I can smoke on that because it's on Facebook and not on TikTok. So the subscription is always there. LG, thank you very much. I appreciate you so very much for doing that. Because Grace and Susie wasn't available. Have a great time with everyone. Thank you. And we don't mind. I know, and I cuss over there too, but it's all good. Grace, I asked you to do it. I mean, I was getting religious beat up in here. Loved your life. Thank you very much. No, he just pays attention. I was getting Bible shamed in here. I cut ties with both my parents. Phenomenal, rather unique. Sometimes you have to. Or sometimes it just is the answer. It's irrelevant what other people think. If you think that was the answer and you know that was the answer and you're comfortable in that answer, then do you. I did too. All right, everybody have a very good night. I'm going to go jump on that. I tried to hold on too many. Yeah, we all did, honey. And then we all just said enough. I'm going to jump over on the other live. Pulled up the latest I sent you. Let me look, Vicky. I thought I did. Was it the video? I think I did, Vicky. But I will go check right after this. So if you want to subscribe, you can jump on, subscribe. I'll send you directions on how to get to the other Facebook page that is just very private, so nobody can hear the conversation. If not, I'll be back on tomorrow at 4:30. Yes, I did. I'll be back on tomorrow between 4 and 4:30, all right? Everybody have a very good night. I appreciate every one of you.